You good? Alright.
Good.
I'm expecting you to zoom out a little bit. Howdy, partners! It's that time of the year again. How to Pick a Lock, Part 3, 4-year anniversary now. So, we've been doing this series for about, what was it, 4 years now? We started many moons ago. When I was back going into my 8th grade year of middle school. Then we had a break the next year because honestly we forgot to record. Then we recorded part 2, 2-year anniversary. That one we upped the ante a little bit. As you can see, there's the roof that myself and my wonderful assistant Hunter climbed up on going through my house to unlock the door. And then last year I think we forgot again to record. And now we're back for the 4-year anniversary, part 3. This year, we're gonna have some big stuff in store. So, as Hunter will show us our props table, starting off here, we have our notepad, that's where we do our math, a golf tee, some binder clips, paper clip, has to be gold. This is I remember the first year, I think we had the teal paper clip, if I'm not wrong, I think it was the teal paper clip. This one has to be gold. The locks have been upgraded this year, and they have to be gold. There you go, that button. That has to be gold. Next we got our nail file. This is to file down our clips. You gotta use that button to focus.
Let me stop the shot.
Alright. I think I lost my paper clip. Well, looks like we don't have a paper clip anymore. We're gonna have to improvise around that. You good? Alright, we got the paper clip. I found it. So if my beautiful assistant will come back to my tools. Then we have our dental floss. This is just good hygiene's always a plus. The golf tee, if I haven't already said it. The pen, which will help us do our math. Got our Stanley 16-inch tape measure. Got one of these. We got a multimeter. We have our bug spray, because mosquitoes. We have our jumper cables. So you may be wondering why we need the jumper cables. That's because now the door is electrically sealed. And we need to break down the magnetic polarity of the door. And the jumper cables will help. So, first off, let's just take the tools we need first, over there. Which is all of them. I'm just gonna plop them down right over here, somewhere on the ground, because I'm too lazy to find a table. First off, as you may know, I've seen the other videos, binder clips. These just, binder clips are like the devil's lettuce, they're amazing. So if you take off this black thing, no one cares about it. You need these. These are what do the magic. First off, this time we got, boom, boom, 2 locks to do. I think. Yeah. So, we're gonna start with this top lock, then work our way down to the bottom one. Actually, probably start with this one, because we don't know if this one's unlocked. So we're gonna take our trusty binder clip, just insert it right on in there. Give it a little clockwise twist of 90 degrees. Again, you have to start from the bottom and turn up. It won't stay now. There we go. Then we take one of our smaller binder clips, put that in from the top, and twist to the right. There, you should have this flying eagle sort of shape. Now what you gotta do is take the other small end of the binder clip, stick that in right at the bottom. That's okay. Alright, we get our small binder clip again. That just loosened the lock a little bit, that prepped it. Now, we get our tiny one. Squeeze it together. Put in the bottom, then top. Boom. Wait. Boom. All right. Now our lock is in prime picking phase. What you gotta do is now, gotta get your tape measure. Gotta measure the distance from the door to the lock. Sorry, it's the end of the binder clip, which is about let's just say 3 1/8 inches. That number is gonna come into play later on when we do our math homework. So, get our trusty notepad, write down door to knob ratio of 3 1/8. Also, I don't get, whatever, like, 4th grade I did karate for my talent show. People call me Karate Jack. People still do. Like, I don't know why people call me Karate Jack. Like, that was forever ago. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that was forever ago. That was a different kid. I don't get it. So if anyone could, like, help explain why they do, that'd be nice. So now that we have our door to knob ratio of 3 1/8, we also have to measure the polarity of the door to knob ratio. We get our multimeter, power it on. Beep, that's a good sign. Then we get our red plug. And we stick it somewhere in the door. Then we get our black plug, the other one. Stick it. We'll stick it right in here because it won't fit in the slit, so we gotta put it right there. So it bounds very perfectly though. Can't do that, it can't fall. The black one. Balance it very carefully. Alright, we'll start with the red one again. That one seems easier. Get that one up there. The black one. Balance it in there. Alright. Our multimeter's at 0. That's a good sign. That means that we might not die. That means the magnetic charge of the door, we disabled it for this lock. This lock is going to be the hard one. If we start picking this one, we could die if we stick our metal tools in there. So, this door, the magnetic charge is disabled. So that means now, we have to measure the height. That is a solid, I don't know, like 10 inches? I think it's a solid 10 inches. That means now we go onto our notepad again. Door to knob ratio, right above that, we're going to draw a vertical line, or a horizontal line, this distance. Just going to fill in that little gap right there. That means our door to knob ratio is now 3 1/8 trapezoids. Alright, so now that we found out our ratio is 3 1/8 trapezoids, now we have to calculate the distance from this knob to that hole. Now we gotta get our trusty ruler out again. Gotta measure from bottom of the little slit right there, and just really extend it up until you reach top that right there. That's close enough. Let's call it a solid 6 inches. You know, solid 6. Get our notepad out again. This is knob to hole ratio. That is 6 inches over 1 tape measure. Alright, now that we have that ratio, get our paper clip. Bend the paper clip out to solid, what is that? 130-ish? Something, pick a number. So we got our paper clip about that. Go from inside here. Bend it out again. Gotta make sure you bend it out after you put the pole in the hole. Otherwise it's just not gonna work properly. You gotta bend it down. After you bent it out, you gotta bend down, out. So now once you put it in, bend this sideways, you should have this shape right here. 1, 2, 3. Let's just call it an off-sided rectangle. Now when you do this, gotta bring this around town a couple times. As you see, these are bending. That means it's working. If these aren't bending, then you're gonna have to start over from step 1 again. Just bend these till it's nice and sturdy. When this is down, now I gotta reach down, take our tape measure, and we might as well pick up our notepad at the same time. Tape measure. Now we gotta measure from bottom of this to our lock again. That's about 7 3/4 inches. There we go. Should have a pocket around here somewhere. Here we go. So, 7 3/4 inches. That is the clip to hole ratio. That is 7 3/4 over 1 tape measure. Let's call it TM for short. Now that we have our hole to around town ratio of about, what was it like?
69.
69 turns over 42.0 centimeters? I think so. That sounds like a good number. Alright, so now that we have that, this is, what's next? What's next? We forgot to clean our locks. Guys, always remember, lock picking, always use safe lock picking. Remember, we gotta use our floss, we forgot to clean our locks. Always be safe when picking locks, guys, remember that. So now, we get some of our floss. Cut it off. Now all we gotta do, gotta wrap it up on our fingers. We gotta make sure to clean the areas just right outside our, right after we get around town. Gotta give it a nice little flossing right in there. Now that we're done, go around to behind the lock. Also remember, you can't forget behind the lock. Sometimes it can be a little cheeky and you might forget, but you never want a dirty lock. Now you have to go around again. And just go back and forth a couple times. Make sure it's nice and okay. Alright, there. Now that we practice safe lock picking, always use protection when lock picking, remember that. That's why I'm wearing my life jacket, because you never know when the seas might turn bad. Alright. So, now that we've done this, we need to get our pen and another small clip from the binder clip. Alright, now we have another small clip from the binder clip. We're going to take this part, we can put it right in the bottom. Then right back in the top. It should be sticking out a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna use our pen and try to just jam it right in. There we go. There we go. Put it right in there. There. So now, get our pen again, even though I just threw it. We need to measure the distance from end of this clip to the ends of the paper clip, which, well, I guess we're not really measuring. It's sort of more of an abstract thing, because it can be whatever kind of measurement it wants, because some days it might feel like 10 inches, some days it might feel like 10 centimeters, and that's okay. It's 2019. We support all measurement lengths here. So, we're not going to define this measurement to a length. We're just going to draw We're just gonna measure the distance. We're just gonna draw the line, and then it can decide what it wants to be. So this is our length. Gonna write it down on a notepad. We're gonna start down here. Got our line. Alright, now there we go. We have our line down there. Like I said before, it can decide whatever length it wants to be. So 2019, that's okay. So now we gotta trace our line down here. Now we gotta trace our line down here. Man, we have to keep these tools intact. Gotta know. Like, this is just a reference. This will come up later. So now we have our one clip. Very carefully. Like I said, the door is electromagnetically charged. We don't want to die here. Very carefully put the binder clip into the door. Alright, now we got our second binder clip. Put it into the door. Oh! Wait, we'll fix that in a second. Put it into the door the other way. That's fine, we're just gonna go this way. That's what it wants to do. That's good enough. We're just gonna stick it straight in like that. Now if I can actually pick up my second clip. Put it in very carefully. Right. Go. There it is. So even better, I found another tiny clip. Which is very hard to pick up. Start with our big clip, shove it in there, and we get our tiny one. Shove it right in the top. Now that we have these, we gotta jot down what this looks like. Then we use the two lines to measure the distance from here to here. That can be defined as whatever it wants. Now we should draw this sketch on here. We're gonna get a general overview of what this is gonna look like. So now, get these two ends, let's just say, just look something like that. And now, this is a great setup for our jumper cables to get rid of the charge on this lock. Alright, so now that we have our drawing, we gotta finish it off by drawing a nice big end on this end. It turned out to be a dog bone. Do this out on that one. The reason it's a bone, bones are hard, paper clips are hard also. So, now that we have our bone drawn, toss down, we get our jumper cables. Hook the cables first onto the door, because if not, we're not going to have enough length to make it from the door to the car. Next, get the second jumper cable. Hook it to your partner's zipper. Thank you, Hunter. Alright, now, Hunter, if you can kindly swing around. Other way, we're going to see if this makes it to the car. Which indeed, that came off. Alright. There we go. So we're going to see if we can make it to the car. If we can't, we might need to use a human jumper between the bench and the car if that doesn't work. So Hunter, if you could lift your left foot, please, so I can get the cable. Thank you. Next, this isn't going to reach the car. So we got to do, hook both of these up to the bench. Now what we got to do, so I make the connection from the car to the bench, that's going to become not electrically magnified. We got to do this. Now we got to touch the car, and now that should be good. We have, since I bridged the connection, what we got to do now, this is still charged. This bench is charged. As long as these cables are hooked up, So the bench, Hunter's pants, and the door will be safe. Alright, so now this is okay to start working with. We can get our paper clip. We can take these out. These are just like a safety seal, kind of. What we gotta do is get our paper clip. I don't know where it went. So we're gonna take our golf tee. Put it right there. And just sort of, that's not gonna work. Push it into the hole and hope it stays. Alright, it stayed. So now, since we don't have the paper clip immediately on us, we'll have to improvise. This is what you gotta do in the wild, guys. Sometimes you just gotta improvise, adapt, and overcome. So now we got our big binder clip. No, we got a small one, sorry. That's supposed to happen. Put it in there. Put the big one in there as well. That's not supposed to happen. If that happens, then you'll have to put the small one back in. In this step, the order does not matter. Put the small one back in there, as well as the big one. Hunter, if you want to come get some nice close-up shots of this lock, this hole, so you can show the audience exactly what I'm doing. Carefully put that in there. This doesn't seem to be working. So, since we tried to adapt, we tried to improvise, we could not overcome, we're gonna have to move on to our next step, which we need the paper clip for. So we will be back with the paper clip.
Hello. Now we're back. And as you see, we're in our nice Christmas attire. We did find our paperclip. It was in the door the whole time. That wasn't scripted. I actually didn't realize it was in the door. So, now that we have to do, carefully remove our binder clip. And again, bring it around town the opposite way this time. Bring the paperclip around town. Try to undo some of these winds until it comes out. There's about 1, 2, 3 or 4 winds in this. It's perfect. It's optimum winds. So what we have to do is take these winds, jam it right into the door. You might need to get jiggy with this one. This one's a fighter. You gotta do jig it around a little bit, and you gotta twist. Sometimes it pops out. That's okay. You just gotta put it right back in. Keep spinning. At some point it will click. There we go. As you saw. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. As you see, it will spin in. It'll fit right into place. That's good. That means the door is up. Came out again. There, as it stays now, that means the magnetic charge on the door is gone, so we can unclip our partner. First we'll unclip the door, and we'll unclip our cameraman. So, what we do now we disabled the magnetic charge on both of these. I think it's time we finally go get our key. And to do that, we're gonna have to journey across the world. Let's get our key. As you can see, if you will pan around, it is night right now. And we'll be going on our voyage tomorrow. Now remember, always pack a hearty lunch when you go on your voyages. Me personally, I have bananas and yellow mustard. That gives you your protein and your fiber. Alright, we'll check back in tomorrow when we're at the airport.
at Sterling Airport in Sterling, Massachusetts. My private pilot, Hunter, also my cameraman, shout out to you, man. Just flew me in. If we get a nice view of the airport right here. Trees everywhere. Earth, nature. Feeling the breeze, man. All right, vamonos amigos. We're gonna go with the keys. Now, they should be, right here they are right here. As you can see, these are, in fact, the wrong set of keys. It's the wrong airport. All right, now, we're gonna go exploring to try to find the right one. Well, as you can see, if Hunter will pan around again, it is the next night. We are back from our voyage. Now, we have our key. Right here. As we come back around, the final part of this segment, the key. Let's start with lock one. So we got our first one done. And we got our second. And we're in the house. Folks, this has been How to Pick a Lock, part 3, 4-year anniversary. I hope you enjoyed. Always remember to smash that like button, dab on them haters, and most importantly, stay jiggy. Again.